Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm in a really relaxed setting. I'm just in my living room. It's still kind of like the morning time, and I was watching some videos on YouTube, Ralph Smart, and I'm in the middle of Russell Brand's video talking about the lockdowns in Australia. And I want to just give you guys some perspective here, okay? The prime minister, whomever is in charge in Australia, is talking about how if you don't want to take the vaccine, if you don't believe in the mandates, then you are anti-vax, and he looks so mad. He's like talking to the camera like this already, like a dictator. And I just think that all of this is complete bullshit. Like, let's be realistic. The world governments have never been concerned about our health. These rules and regulations are not being put in place for your health. It's to the point where they are creating, or they've already created, camps to lock your ass up if you don't want to get this jab. That's insane. I've always known that this was a show and that there's nothing to be afraid of, and people have called me a conspiracy theorist because I don't watch the news. I don't believe what they're saying. I've been woke, or whatever you want to call it, for years. I just cannot go along with the bullshit, and I just feel called to speak because although I'm firm in my convictions, so many people around me, I see them so brainwashed, and it's sad, and it's going to affect everybody if we don't come together and see what's really going on. There are so many reasons why this is so fake. First of all, this being about our health, there's McDonald's on every corner, cigarettes, liquor, fast food chains, GMOs, polluted tap water. They don't give a fuck about our health. Let's just keep it 100. This jab, we don't even know what's in it. And by the way, it's a 99.5% chance that if you get this virus, you're going to be just fine without the vaccine. But people don't stop to think about that. And this is on the CDC website. The reason why people are so afraid is because they have your mind. Do you know that fear can make you sick? Do you know that if you sit there and are indoctrinated your entire life through the school system, through the media, entertainment, to trust and believe in your government and to be patriotic and just believe all these things, that's why it's so easy for you to believe everything they tell you. But if you stop and think, wow, did God send me down here to be taken out by a virus? Or do I have natural immunity? Are natural things found on planet Earth? There's medicine in the plants, herbs, natural thing. What about your immunity system? You really think that you need this artificial jab? And by the way, now it's another booster, another booster, another booster. Come on. I know that people have died, and it is sad. However, I want to remind you that we are all going to die one day, okay? The best thing you can do to protect yourself is to first stop living in fear. Have some more faith, some more trust in yourself. Think critically. Turn off the news. It is propaganda. It is mind control. Have you noticed that there is always just bad news shown? They'll throw in a few little happy stories, but 95% of the news is bad news, terrible news, to keep your vibration down so you can be afraid, so you can be fearful, so you can feel bad. This is spiritual warfare. We're not just here. And you might ask yourself, Sasha, why? Well, why do they want to keep my vibration down? What is this force that is against me, that's lying to me, that wants me to get this jab, that we don't know what's in it? Why would this be happening? Well, because we are spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. Okay, so whichever religion you believe in, or if you don't believe in any religion, bottom line is there's polarity on this earth, light and dark, good and evil, two sides to everything, hot and cold, you name it, fire, water, just yin and yang. So there's good and there's bad out here. It's real. There's love and there's fear. And these can be looked at through vibration, okay? Because everything is energy. Where your attention goes, your attention is energy. Energy flows. So you want to ask yourself throughout the day, are you moving from love or are you moving from fear? And everything going on in the world right now is fear-based. Again, 99.5% survival rate. If you were to be infected, you don't need this vaccine. But even if you do and you want it, that's fine. Just stop the mandates. They're ridiculous. I live in America, and people all over the world feel that this is the best country because of the freedom here. Freedom to speak, freedom of religion, just freedom, period. And yes, we do have problems here. It's not a perfect country. There's still racism. There's still problems. We're still in a male-dominated society. But progression can happen. Progression is happening. But instead, we're seeing global oppression, our freedoms being stripped away all over the world, and it has to stop. It stops by us speaking that this is not okay. We did not come this far to have our freedom stripped away. We did not come this far to be segregated once again. I'm already a woman, a woman of color. You know, my ancestors fought and died for me to have the freedoms that I have now. And I'm not going to sit around and just watch them be taken away, believing some bullshit story about a virus that was created and distributed, to turn around and then say, get this shot, you have to get the shot, then a booster, then a booster. When you say yes, when you say nothing, that is when you give an inch, they take a mile. They're going to keep going, and it is a form of control to control you, and it's up here in your mind. And that is my message to you. I just want to remind you guys, I used to work in the medical field, and I used to have to carry the charts to the doctors, and it was like against the law. It was our HIPAA, the HIPAA code. Basically, you cannot say people's medical history to anyone, not your coworkers, no one except for the doctor. You can't even speak it out loud because privacy. Your health is a private matter. And so the doctors would go over your history and speak to you privately. Even your own parents, if you didn't want them to know, if you were over 18, like they didn't have the right to know. And I used to think to myself, wow, if somebody has like a contagious disease, like, isn't that our right to know because they could give it to somebody else? But no, it wasn't, basically, it was just their right to either speak about it or not. And then in the blink of an eye, you guys, when this virus came out, all of a sudden everyone's like, are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? And just feeling like they have the right to just ask somebody their personal medical history and then to turn around and try to mandate this and say it's for health. Like, they are lying to you. They're changing everything to strip your freedoms away, to control us more. And we have to wake up to see it, you guys. It's not okay. It's wrong. If you're one of those people who are afraid right now and who feel like the Omicron or whatever, the new variant, of course, the new variant, like, come on. If you're one of those people who are afraid right now, then get the vaccine if that's what you feel is necessary for you and that's what's going to help you. I want to remind you that you can still catch it with the vaccine. I'm going to remind you that in a lot of places, especially in California, you still have to wear a mask even if you have the vaccine, and I just want to remind you that the same way you have the right to get this vaccine, give other people that same right who don't want it, and stand up for freedom, because you had the freedom to get it and other people should have the freedom to not get it. Okay, we have to come together to fight this. And when I say this, I do not mean the virus. What I mean is we have to come together to fight this large oppression and form of control that is going to be knocking at your front door soon. It's already happening. Look at what's happening in Australia. Is the news covering that? Is the news covering all of the people who lost their jobs when they were essential workers a few months ago, and then now that they have made the decision, nurses, firemen, policemen, that no, they use their own mind to decide they don't want to get this vaccine, and now they're losing their jobs without pay? And this is supposedly about health? Well, if it's about health, then shouldn't the vaccine protect people? If you got the vaccine because you're so afraid, why does it matter if somebody else is vaccinated or not? Aren't you protected? So just think. Think, open your eyes, protect your freedoms, protect the freedoms of our children. Okay, move from love, not fear, and recognize that there are forces that want to keep us down, whether you want to believe it or not. And if you got the jab, just know that there's more coming. If you don't get the boosters, you are still considered unvaccinated. And again, this is not about health, okay? It's about oppression. We're in a spiritual war, so just understand that. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. It's all love. It's no hate. Let's focus on unity and truth, transparency, honesty. Think critically for yourself. I love you so much. Bye. See you in my next one. To make